Welcome to the Coffee Hour, a show that involves you in verbal interaction. We have the 2020 feature, sports with Brian Camp, and entertainment news with DJ Pete. So settle in with coffee in hand, and enjoy the Coffee Hour. Now here's your host, Frank Allan.
Well, TGIF, thank God it's Friday. Here we are once again, and we are on the air. Hi, everybody. My name is Frank Allan, and the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour, and we're going to be with you for the next hour, and that's why they call it The Coffee Hour. And we've got a lot of things to talk about today. Those of you who are joining us for the first time, we welcome you and thanking you so much for being with us, and we want you to come back again and again, make it us part of your weekly habit. For those of you who have been around for a long time, well, you already know the score, right? Now we're here and we indulge you in conversation. And if you like to indulge, of course, feel free. All you have to do is just type it in there and I'll see you right there on the big screen. I will entertain all of your thoughts, your questions, and your ideas. Even if you just want to say hi, that's okay too. And a lot of you will sit back and relax and just enjoy the show without even bothering with conversation, but that's okay too, because whatever conversation piece that you have, you can keep it to yourself or whatever. But always know that you're free to join in at any time you like. Now we're coming to you live on Facebook. So therefore, those of you who are watching us on Facebook, please, at this moment, since we just got started, tag this show to all of your friends and let them in on the action too. They'll see you when they come in, and they'll be able to talk to you and others and talk to me as well. And those of you who are watching us on YouTube, of course, we advise you to like our YouTube page. Go over there and subscribe to it. And of course, when you do that, whenever you see us live, come on at any point, you'll see that you'll get notifications on that. Even if we just post a video, you always get notification. Be part of the family. And we also welcome all of you guys on Instagram. Just follow us each week. So I just want to say hi to all of you people who are entered. People I see coming in, they're idle, and that's okay to just sit back and enjoy the show. Later on in the program, we're going to do the regular. Besides of having you aboard with us too, we're going to be doing the regular. We've got sports coming up. We have our 2020 feature, 20 past the hour. Brian Camp will be here with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. 20 to the hour, the second part of the 2020 feature. DJ Pete will be here with great entertainment news and reciting all of those birthdays of the people this week, the people of notoriety, all coming in. Also, later on in the program, I have for you all of those golden classic movies taken from Turner Classic Movies. I have my picks of the week for this entire weekend to add along to your bucket list of whatever you want to do this weekend. And being that it's summer, a lot of people are spending their time outdoors, barbecuing and just doing whatever you do outdoors. Here in New York, we've got a lot of people headed towards the beach, Coney Island. The weather is warm and people are just enjoying. And so enjoy while you may. For the rest of you guys, if you decide that you want to come in and just conversate with us, we would love for you to give us your weather report or some kind of form of weather, what it looks like in your area, so we can convey it to everyone else. We want to just kind of like be friendly and get everybody involved in it too. So I would appreciate if you can do that. Just keep in mind that it's not mandatory, but that's something that we would like to ask you to do if you like to do that too. Now, those of you who are living in New York, don't worry about it, because what's going to happen is I am going to take care of the weather in New York. So if you're in New York, don't worry about that. We'll take care of all of that. And now that we have taken care of all of that conversation, ladies and gentlemen, what would the coffee hour be without a little coffee? So excuse me while I shoot up. As you can tell, it's iced coffee today, right? See a little frost, you can write your name on there. That's the way I like it, real nice and cold, and oh, it's delicious. Now, it doesn't matter if you have yours hot or cold, just as long as you have the enjoyment of it, having your satisfaction of having your first sip of Java. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, we're headed for the weekend. And of course, there's a lot of things that a lot of people want to do this weekend. And I'm pretty sure hopefully that your weather wherever you are is good. If it's raining or anything like that, of course, you may want to do other things too indoors. There's a lot of things to do indoors. And of course, as I said, I will clue you in on the movies that I'm going to be having for you, the Turner Classic Movies, my pick for the weekend. One of the things I wanted to convey to all of you, and I did this last night on Talk Back Live when I started the show. Now, usually, you know, remember a long time ago when this variant started, and every week I would start off with that. We kind of subsided on that because things are subsiding again, but I just wanted to bring out this point because it's very important. We have a new variant, as you already know, and it looks like it's never ending. We have what they call the let's see, BA, well, let me check it out first. Let me check it out. I tend to forget it sometimes. It's the BA5 variant. That's what it is, the BA5 variant. And they say that this is more, I don't know, I guess more infective or infectious. And so they're urging a lot of people, wherever you are. I know here in New York, they're doing that. It's all on the news reports, and the mayor is recommending that everyone start back wearing their mask in indoor settings. Like if you're going to the coffee shop or the bar or whatever it is, you know, wear them in indoor settings, whatever it is. If you're traveling through terminals, like we have terminals here in New York, Grand Central Station, and we have Port Authority, and people run through there. You know, you might want to just lift your mask over your nose and until you get outdoors again. That's what they're suggesting that we do. And a lot of people are doing it. Some people are not doing it. But what we do ask you to do is to make sure that you're caught up on all of your vaccinations. Now, we already know that 3 vaccines on the market. You already know that, right? We have the Pfizer, we have the Moderna, and we have J&J. Now, the Pfizer and Moderna, as you already know, initially, they're 2 shots. And then you should have had your first and then your second booster at this particular point right here, at this particular point. And I hope that you have. And those of you who have Johnson & Johnson and you're strict on that, you get, I guess, 3 shots in total. You get the initial shot, which is only required 1 shot. And then you get the first booster and then the second booster. So you got 3 shots. So they're asking you to catch up stay on top of your boosters, stay on top of all of that, because they're saying that this variant, as I said, is a little more infectious than the previous ones. Now, I got to tell you, with all of the variants that we had over the time, and it's close to what, 2 years now, over 2 years, close to 2, is it 2 years? 2 years now, right? Close to 2 years that we've had this situation going, and wearing masks and using protection such as hand sanitizer and anything else that's required. People are still kind of like not doing it. Some people are not doing it. And some people are thinking because a lot of people are not wearing masks that this whole virus is over. It's far from over. It's far from over, and it looks like it's going to be with us for a long time. So all we're asking you to do is that if you have been vaccinated, make sure that you stay on top of all of your vaccinations and make sure that you keep up to date, you know, and if new ones come out and you have to take those, please do that. They're giving them to infants now. Babies are starting to take vaccines, you know, which is good. So we want to protect everyone. And so, and even if it means saying if you have any symptoms or anything, please get tested. All the tests are free, as you already know. They got a lot of test places here in New York, you know, not just indoors, but they have, like, if you go in our city, I don't know about in your area, but when you go in my city, here in New York City, they have rows and rows of these tents, and everybody goes there and they want to, you know, get tested. Now, of course, the best time to get tested, let's say, for instance, if you're going to fly or anything, or you're going to take the train to another city or something like that, take transit, going anywhere, and you're going to be a lot of people, and you're going to be around a lot of people who, you know, you don't know, and it's best to take the test before you take your trip and then after. You see what I mean? So this way you want to be safe about it. When you're going through airports, you're running through terminals in the airports, things like that. You want to make sure that you wear your mask as well. At this particular point, some airlines, and I think maybe the majority of the airlines, they're not. It's optional to wear a mask on board the plane. A lot of people are not comfortable with that. Some people don't mind, but if you happen to be one of those people, you want to make sure that you're safe. That's why I always say that if you're going to go anywhere, first of all, take the test before, make sure that you're on the negative side. And then after you come back from where you are, take the test again. I like to take it maybe about 5 days after I return. Some people like to take it when they jump off the plane. I just like to give it a little chance and then take the test and make sure that you're negative at that point. If you're negative at that point, then everything is fine. And then just make sure you stay out of places where you know that you can get easily infected. Now, those of you who are taking vaccines, right? And if you're up to date on that, we all know that a lot of people who have taken the vaccinations and fully vaccinated and fully boosted, some people require, or they wind up contracting COVID. But the good news about that, you contract it, you can stay put for maybe a couple of days. The good news is that you're more likely not to go in a hospital or wind up on death row or anything like that, which is what I call it. So make sure that you're fully vaccinated and make sure you stay out of places that that may infect you, unless, of course, you have your mask on. Just stay masked. There's nothing wrong with that. Just stay safe, and that's what we like to do. So I just wanted to tell you about that, because before you know it, in a few months from now, we're going to head into the fall season, and then the weather's going to get colder. And of course, during that time, spikes develop, they get higher. And so we want to make sure that you know about this BA5. Okay, so I just told you about it, and it was all over the news anyway, so you already know about that. So stay safe, and you can still do what you do, go on vacations. And of course, if you have the money, if you can get a flight to go on your vacation, well, that's another show. But you can continue to go away, but just do everything on a safe manner. They can say you can do anything you want, but just be safe about it. That's all you do. And if you're going to be in a venue, make sure that it's best to know that most people, or all the people that your family and friends are vaccinated. You want to make sure if that's good. And if that's good, that's good. But make sure that indoors, that everything is well ventilated, and have a good time. Just have a good summer. We're here in the summer months, and everybody wants to do the summer things. So have a good summer. Just do it on the safe side. It'd be great. Okay, if you're just joining us, it's 13 minutes past the hour right now, and the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. And my name is Frank Allan, and we thank you so much for being on board with us. And so stay with us, and we'll give you all the information, and I see a lot of people in the rooms, and we're going to say hi to all of you people. Thank you so much for joining us. It's always a pleasure for you to be with us and us to be with you. And right now in New York, we've got clear skies in New York right now. So we're going to take a look up at our weather forecast right now. Let me just pull that up. I haven't had a chance to pull it up prior to the show, so I'm going to pull that up right now and see what we got. So if you bear with me just a moment, or just one moment, and we'll see what we can come up with. Let's see. We've got it. Let me see if I can find it right there. I got a list of a lot of things here, and it's good to have a database when you can get to it very easily. All right. So I'm looking at the weather for the very first time here. I'm looking at it for the very first time. I didn't pre-read it or anything, but I'm going to go about it. But I do know right now we have 76 degrees here in New York. It's 76 degrees in New York right now. And so it looks like this. First time that I know this. So when I report this, this is the first time I heard of it. So right now, it says cloudy skies early, then partly cloudy this afternoon. We'll have a high 86 degrees. Winds will be southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So we don't have any rain just yet. So as we go along, Friday night, that's tonight, a few passing clouds, otherwise generally clear. So that's good news. We'll have a low 71 degrees. Winds will be southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, more clouds than sun. And here we go, a stray shower or two will develop, thunderstorm possible. We'll have a high 84 degrees. Winds will be southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So our weather in New York, we might get a little spritz or two. For Saturday night, mostly cloudy skies. It'll be dry. We'll have a low 72 degrees. Winds will be south-southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And as we wrap up our weekend for Sunday, a mix of clouds and sun in the morning, followed by cloudy skies during the afternoon. We'll have a stray shower or two, or a thunderstorm is possible as well. We'll have a high near 85 degrees, and winds will be south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And repeating our current temperature, we have 76 degrees. So that's what it's like here in New York. That's what it's like here in New York weather-wise. Those of you hopefully maybe even have better weather, and then you can go out. But I'm not saying our weekend is a washout. We just get a few spritz here and there for Saturday and Sunday. But for the most part, it's okay to go out. It's okay to do a few things. And those of you who are fortunate to have sunshine with no clouds at all, not a cloud in the sky, that's a good thing. I like that. Not a cloud in the sky, you know. We hope that your weather is going to be good. Okay, so we move along and continue. And as you already knew, we talked about this last week. You already know that actor, a couple of actors died. And we already told you, James Caan was one of the legendary actors. He passed away. We already told you that, right? But you know, one of the things I didn't report, and I found out later, that within that same week, a couple of more passed away. Actor Greg Itzen passed away. Larry Stark, remember him from F Troop? He passed away as well. And so did Tony Sirico. And he played in a lot of those great mob movies. You know, Tony Sirico, he passed away too as well. All passed away this past week. And so we like to send our condolences out to all of those people who knew the actors and worked with them, and all of the fans and people who support them for all the years that they've been around in show business. We'd like to send our complete condolences out to all of these people. Also, the other thing too, you heard about Ivana Trump, right? That's the ex-wife of 345/66 Beast Incarnate. She passed away at the age of 73 years old, just passed away. Now, that's news, and we want to send our condolences out to all of her children, her family, everyone in her family. She was, in the end, her own person. You know, she had her own money. She was an entrepreneur. She had her own clothing line, and she did a lot of things. We're going to get back to that subject because there's something I want to tell you about that. And you're not going to want to miss it, about the death of Ivana Trump. We're going to tell you more about that. I'm going to save the best for last for that, man. And you're not going to want to miss this, what I have to say about that. You're not going to, I promise you, you're not going to want to miss it. You'll probably be outraged like most people were, but we'll tell you more about that as things go along. Again, it's the coffee hour, and oh boy, it's a warm day today. So what I did, I chose to have taken a little, coffee, but I wanted to take the iced coffee today because I think it was iced coffee. So this is what I'm going to do, iced coffee. Yeah. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, while I shoot up. Oh, it's delicious. It's delicious. Great. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we've got all of those things coming up, and we'll convey all of that good news to you. And of course, the news I just told you about Ivana Trump. Again, we wish the family, Godspeed. Right now, I'm going to go over to Charlotte, North Carolina, and let's do some important things. And my Yankees, they lost, but Brian, he's going to talk all about that. I'm not going to steal his thunder. So here he is with the latest developments in today's world of sports.
Good morning. Good morning to you, to everybody out there. Hope all is well. It is 80 degrees, exactly 80 degrees out here in the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina, going up to 89. So we're gonna have a beautiful day. We had a lot of rain last week, and I want to thank everybody for the birthday wishes. I hit the magic number, one of the magic numbers of 60 years old last weekend, and I had fun. I was surprised. It was a surprise party. And then I fed the community, as they say, like I always do. On the next day, on Sunday, I had a 27-pound chuck roast. I had, you name it, I had it. I smoked it, I cooked it, and it was great. Thank you, of course, my dear brother, who's always been my biggest supporter, always been there for me. And I just want to say I love you. Thank you so much for over the years of you been having my back in everything I do. And thank you all again to all the shout outs. But like I said, it is 80 degrees. So let me get to sports. Morning to Pete and to everybody else who's out there listening. Former Met Keith Hernandez received a rare honor last Saturday when the club retired his number 17 just before the game against the Miami Marlins. He quote, "This was a great moment for me from the podium between the pitcher's mound and second base." That's where they usually do that's when they do the ceremonies for retiring a number. He said he never dreamed, but here it is. It was a dream come true. The organization of the Mets, absolutely humble and proud of that his number to be in the Raptors in eternity, in forever. Moments later, number 17 was in blue and orange trim with unveiled, along with Citi Field roof at the left field corner, just left of number 36, who was retired pitcher Jerry Kuzman. Hall of Famers Tom Seaver, Mike Piazza are the only other Mets with their numbers to retire. Former manager Stacy Stingle, the first Met manager in Met history, and late Gil Hodges also was there. Number is retired. Gil Hodges led the Mets to the 1969 World Series, beating the Baltimore Orioles 4-1. I remember that so well. And congratulations again. As you know, we've been following Brittany Griner. She's still detained in Russia. It galvanized the sports where even LeBron James had tuned in saying that, we need to do something. How can she feel like American as, has her back, So the NBA, the WNBA, and the White House is working repeatedly to try to release her. So we don't know what's going to happen. She faces up to long sentences if she's found guilty, sneaking in illegal drugs in. So let's just hope and pray that her safety will be good. It'd be safe for her to come back home, and let's see what happens. The commissioner, Adam Silver, spoke in Las Vegas. They're doing everything that they can. The U.S. Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, has said that Washington will continue to work for the release of Griner and other American held hostage by Moscow, including former Marine Paul Whelan. So let's see what happens. Richard Jefferson, remember him? Yeah, Richard Jefferson, former basketball player, was called for 2,637 fouls in his playing career, along with 45 technical fouls. He fouled out a total of 14 times. He even got ejected twice. He always suspected referees didn't have an easy job. Well, guess what? He's now, he had a chance to become a referee. He played 17 seasons. He's currently working for ESPN, but he was doing the summer league as a referee. And he worked for the second quarter between the Knicks and the Trailblazers. So we think maybe this might be a start, that maybe he'll give up his duties as an analyst on NBA games. But he says that doing these refereeing games that he's doing helps him become a better analysis. So congratulations, he's preparing himself not only as an analyst, but as a referee. We don't know if his contract will allow him to do both. It might be a conflict of differences between playing and announcing the game. History was made in Canada. Rob Thompson became the first Canadian to manage a major league game in his home country when he led the Philadelphia Phillies against the Toronto Blue Jays this past Tuesday. He calls it, "It's great to be home. I love coming back here. I love the ballpark, especially when the roof is open, because in baseball, some stadiums have a retractable roof where it could go in and, you know, back and forth to let the sun in and to block the rain as well, too." Thompson was a catcher. He's 58 years old. So he's happy that this is happening to him. Congratulations to him. This day in sports, July 15th, 1969, Lee May hits 4 home runs in a doubleheader. We don't know if it was 2 and 2, 3 and 1, or 1 and 3, but he hit 4 home runs in the doubleheader on this day. 1973, Willie McCovey becomes the 15th player to hit his 400th career home run at Candlestick Park in San Francisco versus pitcher Bob Moose. Remember Bob Moose? And in 1980, Johnny Bench hits his 314 home run as a catcher, which breaks Yogi Berra's record of most home runs hit as a catcher. Birthdays this date, 1935, Alex Karras, NFL player and actor, was born in Gary, Indiana. And 1990, current NBA player Damian Lillard was born in Oakland, California. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is sports.
You mentioned Lee May, and I got to tell you, did you know that Lee May was a doo-wop singer before he was a Major League Baseball player?
No, I did not. Wow, interesting.
He was a doo-wop singer. I played some of his records on the air too. You know, wow. I can't remember the name of the group he was with, but yeah, he was a singer before he was a baseball player. See, you got the sports wrapped down. I got the music industry locked down. So,
yeah, well, yeah, great combination by you and I.
Yeah, we can share this information now. Yeah, okay, so now back to my Yankees. They lost. I'm not feeling happy about that, but you know, life goes on. You know, I saw the rest of the game after I got off the air yesterday, and you know, but they fought back. They put up a hell of a fight because they wind up losing the game 7-6.
Cincinnati was a gritty team this year. They were an awful team last year. They're not that great either, but they took 2 out of 3 versus the Yankees at Yankee Stadium. So, you know,
I know. That's what worries me. And they don't even have a good bullpen.
No, they don't.
They have a lousy bullpen, and yet they put up a great fight with the Yankees. So
down the way, yeah. You know, Mets are still doing well. So New York is still on course for a collision course between the World Series to have a Subway Series. See what happens. It's still early. The All-Star game is coming up too. The All-Star game is on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So be looking forward to that. The Home Run Derby and all those other festivities will take place.
Yeah, that's a good, you know, the All-Star game is a relaxing time for the major league players, you know, because they get to, you know, kick back and let loose, you know. Of course, everybody don't get to play in that game, but the ones who do play, you know, it's like a, I don't know, it's like party time for them. They're just relaxing, you know, and they work with other people in their leagues and the interleagues and all of that stuff, you know. So
Yeah.
I look forward to that too, you know.
Yeah.
I just wish baseball would come back the way it was years ago. I really,
Right. Yeah.
but we'll work on it though. We'll work. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so if there's anything else, I don't know.
I'll be in Tennessee this weekend, not doing a show, but I'll be in Tennessee watching the show. So I'll be there just for the weekend, weekend trip after this birthday celebration. It exhausted me. I didn't recover until yesterday, believe it or not. But yeah, me and the wife, we're going to go to Tennessee to watch a comedy concert, and it'll be my first time going into Tennessee. Maybe I'll see Dolly Parton and
I think, yeah, Tennessee, but you have to go to Knoxville.
Knoxville. Yeah.
What part of Tennessee are you going?
I think it's Memphis. I'm not quite sure.
Oh, okay. You're going where the music is.
Where the music is.
Knoxville is a good music town too. You know,
Maybe I could see Elvis Mansion too. You know, maybe I could.
Yeah.
Oh,
Elvis, he's you know, that poor guy is making more money dead than he's alive.
yeah, I know. But I hear it's a great town. It's fun. I'm looking forward to it. You know.
Well, have fun. But that's next weekend, right?
This weekend coming up.
Oh, this
I'm
week.
leaving.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
leaving.
Oh, you. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll be on the road within another 2 hours.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we're gonna let you get settled in and do that. Get started there. I didn't know. I'm not gonna hold you too long there. Okay.
Peace.
Have a good time and be safe.
Enjoy, everybody.
Take care.
Stay safe. Take care.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's Brian Camp off to Memphis, Tennessee. Okay, there he goes. So he's finished with his chore for the day. So now he's off to Tennessee. Have a good time. He's here every week with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. That's his part of the 2020 feature, which he just wrapped up. It's not finished because we have part 2, 20 to the hour. DJ Pete is going to be along in just minutes from now, and he's going to bring you all kinds of information about entertainment, and he'll recite all of those birthdays of the people this week of notoriety who are celebrating, and so on and so on and so on. So we've got a lot of things going on. And so just in case you're just joining us, it's the coffee hour once again. And we want to thank all of you people for coming in, for being with us. And those of you who are new, don't make it your last time. You know, make it your weekly habit. Come along with us, tell your friends about it. And those of you who are watching us on Facebook right now, you know what to do. Tag your friends. We have a few more minutes in the show. We got more in the show. We don't want anyone to miss it. So tag your friends right now. Get them in on the action. So when they see your tag, they'll come in. They'll see you when you come in. And of course, they'll see others when they come in. And just in case you want to say anything in particular, of course, we invite your comments, suggestions, and ideas. Now, those of you who have comments, suggestions, and ideas, and you don't want to convey them live on the air, well, there's another way to do that too. I have information. You can contact me personally, which is all right. I would love you to have that. I have an email address and a telephone number. Let's start with that email address. My email address is frankallanprod@aol.com. That's frankallanprod@aol.com. Don't forget to spell Allan, A-L-L-A-N. And PROD stands for Productions. That's short for Productions. frankallanprod@aol.com. You can do that at any time you want. Or you can call us. I have a telephone number anytime of the day or night and leave a message. The phone number is 917-332-8428. No, I'm sorry. Let me take that back. That's another number. The number is 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. You can call anytime you want, leave a message. And if you have any questions and ideas, of course, all you have to do is just display them right there on the message board. We'll get to that. Someone will get back to you if you need us to. Even if you just want to say hi, make your comments, suggestions. We're thick skinned here, so positive or negative, we'll listen to you. Okay, so don't worry about that. And of course, I already gave you the email address. And then you're all set. But for the rest of you who don't mind chiming in right now, that's okay too. And just say hi. We're gonna say hi. If you have any questions right now, we'll be glad to answer them, whether it's sports related. We could answer your questions that political, you want to talk politics, I don't care. You want to talk about your pets, you want to talk about your wife, your husband, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your aunt, your uncle. I'll listen. I got ears. I got two of them. So, and I promise you, it won't go through one and out the other. So I actually do listen to people. So there you go. Okay, it's 25 minutes to the hour right now. We've got 25 minutes left in the program, and you're 5 minutes away from DJ Pete, who's going to come aboard with you, and he's going to give you all that information on entertainment. It's all coming up right away. Okay, so while I have that time, and I'm going to go through it as quickly as possible. We told you early in the show, you already know that Ivana Trump passed away, right? We already told you about that. She just passed away. I think maybe it was yesterday, because that's when I got the news, all right? She died here in New York. She lived here in New York, and she passed away. So we want to send our condolences out to her children, and the rest of her family. Now, here's something that I picked up this morning, and I have to convey this to you. 345/666 Beast Incarnate. Can this guy stoop any lower? When you think that, it's like a bottomless pit. Okay, it's like a bottomless, can he stoop any lower? And those of you who are fans of this guy, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Because I'll say, the reason why I say this is because I think, I don't know if you can go any lower than this. She just passed away. She's not even cold. She's not even in the ground yet. She just passed away. She's 73 years old. 345/666 Beast Incarnate, and I kid you not, is conducting a fundraiser for her death. Of her death. A fundraiser that benefits his campaign from her death. Here he is, and they call it an email, but this couldn't have been an email because it's public. It's public. Everybody's around the world. I picked up on it this morning. This is what he said, and I'm going to read it to you right now. He says, "I am very saddened to inform all of those that loved her, which are many, that Ivana Trump has passed away at her home in New York City. She was a wonderful, beautiful, and amazing woman who led a great and inspirational life. Now, her pride and joy were her three children. Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric, her three children. I don't think he had a hand in that one, did he? Okay. She was so proud of them as we are of her. Rest in peace, Ivana." And underneath that, there's a button. Underneath that, it says, "Donate to America. Donate to Save America." I don't know. I just don't know what to say about that. She's dead. She's not even in the ground. She's not even cold yet. But already, it's sad. It's sad. It's really sad. I do a lot of joking around, and I call him 345/666 Beast Incarnate, but he's got to be called out on this one. I don't know anyone. We all reach a certain point in our lives when we do stupid things. All of us do stupid things, all right? And some of us go lower than the low, but then there's a limit. It's just like when you take an elevator to the bottom floor, there's no place else you can go. You can't go any lower than that. But this guy seems to, when you thought he went low and real low, I don't know of another person that can go any lower. I mean, now with this, can you go any lower? You know, a fundraising off of the death of his wife. God help us all. God help us all. And you people who support this guy, God help you. God help you in the end. I don't know. It's sad. It's really sad. And I'm appalled at the same time. I really am. So get it together, please. Think about who you're supporting. Watch out, okay? Please think about it. DJ Pete, I want you to get me out of this. I mean, I'm laughing, but I'm crying at the same time. DJ Pete, are you there?
Hello, Frank. Can you hear me? Give me a second here. I'm getting my everything set up to.
DJ, by the way, he's got entertainment news, and he's live. Great to see you.
Live and direct.
You did take those young pills.
I did.
How you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Been a busy time here in Portland, Maine. A lot of live events are happening. Between my union job and my night job, my other job is I'm also a stage manager for a great musical that opens next Friday here in Portland. We Will Rock You. It's if anyone remembers a UK TV show called The Young Ones, the person who wrote that also wrote this musical, and the music is from Queen, the rock band Queen. It's incredible. Some of the things in the script have references to other famous musicians over the decades. Elvis Presley, Buddy Holly. There's a line where someone says, "Why do fools fall in love?" Well, that's Frank, and I know that's Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers. So there's a lot of little instances of things like that in the script, referencing other great musicians also. It's a great show, and I'm looking forward for it going up this next Friday. So,
by the way,
go ahead.
Why do fools fall in love?
I don't know, Frank.
I just thought you knew. That's all.
It's just a thing. It's just a thing. We all do it. We all do it. It's a human thing, to fall in love. So here's what I got for this week. I got a lot of great musicians and at least one actor here. Thurston Harris, American singer, songwriter, born July 11th, 1931. Best known for his 1957 hit Little Bitty Pretty One. And of course, Frankie Lyman, I think, covered that. And many other people covered that song. Great sound by Thurston Harris there. Joe Houston, also sometimes known as Big Joe Houston, born July 12th, 1926. American tenor saxophonist, played a lot of jazz and jump blues. Really great sound on his saxophone there. Worked with other people like Big J McNeely, Winona Harris, and many more. Sam the Man Taylor, blues musician, born October 25th, 1934. Jump blues musician, songwriter. Worked with Big Joe Turner, T-Bone Walker, Sam and Dave, the Drifters, Otis Redding. So I have some recordings of him that was produced by Alan Freed. You can hear Alan Freed hollering in the background.
Which he always did.
Which he always did, yeah.
He also played.
He loved it. He loved it. I mean, Alan Freed loved this music. That's why he's involved. He was involved with it.
He also has some background with Frankie Lyman too.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. Yeah, I'm looking at the list here of people he played with: Chubby Checker, Jimmy Witherspoon, Brooke Benton, Sam and Dave. I already said Sam and Dave. Yeah, a lot of great people. A lot of these musicians, they knew each other and they worked with each other back in the day. Born July 12th, 1908, actor, comedian Milton Berle. Um, his career as an entertainer spanned over 80 years. First started in silent movies. Um, and he was the host of NBC's Texaco Star Theater, 1948 to 1955 on broadcast television. He was the first major American television star, uh, known to millions of his viewers as Uncle Milt back in the day. Also known as Mr. Television during the golden age of television. Milton Berle, great guy. Let's see. Born July 13th, 1928, Albert Floyd Piccirilli. His stage name was Al Rex. He was a bass player for Bill Haley and the Saddlemen when Bill Haley had a Western swing band. He left to do his own career. He was replaced by Marshall Lytle on the upright bass for the Saddlemen, which I've met Marshall. And then down the road, Marshall left the Comets, and it was a no-brainer because Bill brought in Al Rex back to the band to play with the Comets. And actually, you can see Al Rex in some of the movies, Don't Knock the Rock and things like that with the Comets. He also helped promote the Wild Antics on stage, as in like Marshall did back in the early days. And let's see, I got twins' birthday this week, July 14th, 1919. Cliff Trenier and Claude Oliver Trenier. They were the frontmen of the. I would call this group a rock and roll band. The Treniers. A lot of their influence came out of the big band swing sound, and they weren't really doo-wop. They were more rock and roll sound. The Treniers, Claude and Cliff, actually worked for Jimmy Lunciford back in the early days in the 1940s. Originally, they were billed as the Rock and Rollin' Treniers, so they're kind of one of the front or early influences in the rock and roll sound back then. Let's see, and that's all I have for this week, Frank.
Oh boy. Okay. And I have some birthdays too this week. Actress Brigitte Nielsen. You know her. She was once married to Sylvester Stallone. She's 59 today. Actor Forrest Whitaker is 61. Singer Alicia Bridges is 69 today. Linda Ronstadt is 76. R&B singer Millie Jackson is 78. The late Phil Carey. Phil Carey, an actor. And you may know him, those of you who are soap opera buffs. He was on One Life to Live when that was on the air, back when it was on the air. He would have been 97 today. And jazz drummer Philly Joe Jones would have been 99 years old today. And those are the birthdays I have. And so happy birthday to all of them. And that's it. That's
great.
It.
Awesome. Well, you can catch me on WMPG Radio every other Tuesday night, 8:30 p.m. to 10. WMPG.org is the call sign. I'm also usually Mondays on radio airwaves online, www.radio-airwaves.co.uk. You can find me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, all that fun stuff. Find me, follow me, like me, find out where I'm playing next. Back to you, Frank.
Okay, man, I really appreciate that. And it's good to see you finally. We're going to keep up the pace, or what?
We're going to try to.
I mean, is this a new camera or?
Yeah, it was a new camera, so we'll see how it works. But I think also I was having issues within the computer itself.
Oh, okay.
Here, so, but we'll work on it. If the camera doesn't work, I can at least call them. So you know that works.
We're going to pray for that camera because it looks great now. It really looks great. It's great to see you.
Thank you.
Okay, listen. So, what is it? You see anything over the horizon for next week, or we're going to play it by ear, of
We're
course?
going to play it by ear. It looks like I'm going to be in, but I actually may not because this or next week I should say is Tech Week for the theater show I'm stage managing. At
Hmm.
the same time, I'm working on an opera at another theater during the day that week. So I'm not sure if I'll be around or not, but if not, I'll send you the info and
Of
people will
course.
know what's what.
Absolutely. Okay, great seeing you again, Pete. Have a great
Okay,
week,
Frank.
and we'll catch you back here.
Yeah, shout out to you and Brian and everybody watching and listening today, and we'll see you later.
Hey, take care of yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, that was DJ Pete. Of course, he's with us each week. If he's not here in person, of course, he sends us the information and we convey all of everything that he has to convey to you. We do it for him. Name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. He just completed his part of the 2020 feature. He's here every week, 20 to the hour. It's The Coffee Hour. My name is Frank Allan, and I'm aboard with you up until the top of the hour. And we're going to be with you later on in just a few minutes. Just stick around just a few minutes. I have all of those great movies I want to tell you about from Turner Classic Movies. And those of you who are out there, he gave us a weather forecast that I just want to convey to you. Over here in Portland, Maine, it's going to be partly cloudy, high 79 degrees overnight, and lows 59. Winds out of the southwest, the southwest at 8 miles per hour, and humidity is 47%. And he's got everything. UV index, oh, he's got that. UV index is 9 of 10. And there he goes. So thank you, DJ Pete, for that information. And of course, you already know where he's going to be, his radio program. He just showed you the graphics and everything, but you could also go, those of you who are watching us on Instagram, he had posted it on there already. He didn't do it on Facebook anyway, but you get the idea, right? Okay, so here we are. It's now coming up to 8 minutes to the hour, coming up to 8 minutes to the hour on the coffee hour. And it's always good to have you guys along with us. And it's always great. So I just couldn't get over the fact. I just couldn't get over the fact of what I just told you. Those of you who are just joining us, I told you again, and I'll say it again. I'm going to do it right quick again. 345/666 Beast Incarnate. His wife, his former wife, Ivana Trump, just passed away at the age of 73 from natural causes. We don't know what those natural causes were because they didn't give out much more information than that. But it doesn't really matter. It's not how a person dies, it's how a person lived. And she lived her own life. She was her own woman. She had her own business. She was an entrepreneur, and she had her own clothing line, and she did that. And she was very quiet while all of this other madness was going on. And of course, you know, she's the mother of 3 children, Donald Jr. and Ivanka and Eric. And the thing that I was laughing about, and I'm gonna go over it again for those of you who are just joining us again. She passed away, as I said, 73 years old. 73 years old, and now what 345/666 Beast Incarnate is doing, he's trying to he's doing a fundraiser from her death. A fundraiser off of her death. Can you imagine that? And I read it early, I'll read it again. This is what he came out with. They call it an email, but it wasn't an email. It's all public now. I got a hold of it this morning and I'm reading it right now. And it says here, I am very saddened to inform all of those who loved her, of which are many, that Ivanka Trump has passed away at her home in New York City. She was a wonderful, beautiful, and amazing woman who led a great, inspirational life. Her pride and joy were her 3 children, Donald, Ivanka, and Eric. And she was proud of them as we are proud of her. Rest in peace, Ivanka. And underneath that, there's a little button there. And this is just a copy of it. but whatever website this is on, and I would imagine that this is his own website, which I'm sorry, I will not give the name because I don't want to draw attention to that. But it says at the bottom, donate to save America. Donate to save America. Now this is his wife, his former wife. Now, this guy doesn't give a damn about anyone but himself. And anybody could stoop lower than that. You got to be the lowest of lows. How despicable. The lady is not even cold yet. She's not even in the ground yet, you know? And opportunity knocks on the door and you just take it. I don't care about anything else. I know I see an opportunity here. And you know something, if you were a billionaire, you would have, this even looks even worse for you if you were a billionaire, which he's not. I mean, he's got maybe a lot of you fool, but he's not a billionaire, you know. A billionaire don't do things like that. So anyway, I just figure I convey all of that to you, and I'm just glad that I don't have to do it again. I won't do it again. However, what I will do, ladies and gentlemen, is swing along with you right now, and because I have those movies, those classic movies, and I want to add to your list of things to do. Now, a lot of you guys are going to be doing a lot of things over the weekend, some outdoor things, maybe some indoor things. But I like to be part of the action too, to help you along and you know, add to your bucket list of things that you may want to do. If you don't want to do any outdoor things and you're home, maybe the weather is inclement and you can't go out, prevents you from going out, well, catch up on some movies. So I have some right now I want to convey to all of you. Let's start it off right now. Pal Joey from 1957 with Frank Sinatra, Rita Hayworth, and Kim Novak. That's coming on tonight, Friday night on Turner Classic Movies at 6 p.m. Eastern. Now, every time I give you a time, everything is Eastern, so you would have to follow suit from that. 6 p.m. Eastern on Turner Classic Movies, Pal Joey's a nice, wonderful little music, a little comedy, but it's all right there. You'll enjoy it. That's tonight at 6 p.m. on Turner Classic Movies. It's a mad, 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 mad world back in 1963, an all-star cast. I can't begin to name all of them, just a few. I know Spencer Tracy is in it. You had Sid Caesar, Edie Adams, Don Knotts, Phil Silvers, Buddy Hackett, Jonathan Winters. You know, I can go on and on. They were out there, but you have to see it. It's a great movie back in 1963. It's a mad, 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 mad world. And that's on Saturday. That's tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. And then finally, you have Bells Are Ringing, which is a nice comedy starring Dean Martin and Judy Holliday. And Gene Stapleton has a part in there back in 1960 when this was done. I have it in my archive, so I'll probably get a chance to see it if I don't see it in real time. But it's Sunday at 5:45 p.m. Eastern, and that's great. You know, check it out. These movies are great, and these are only my picks of the week. Now you can go on Turner Classic Movies icon and go there to the channel and go through the guide, and you will discover there are more that you may be interested in. It's just that I just picked these three for the week. And again, so that's why I always direct you to go to Turner Classic Movies and check out more, because there are more on the way too. And you might want to add them. Now, everything I give you never overlaps each other. So you can just watch everything in its entirety, and they're all right there. Now, all of you who might want to go to Movie on Demand, of course, you see all of those movies, have a lot of great movies. I went on there yesterday, I picked one, I saw one. And but there are a lot more, so you can check out too. Also, you have those movies, up-to-date movies, what they call pay-per-view. You know, you don't go to the movie theater, but you could watch it in the comfort of your own home. And they're great movies. Get the family together and make it movie night. Also, you can go on some of the networks if you like Lifetime movies, whatever is available there, you could watch. And sports, of course, if you don't see something in real time, of course, I'm pretty sure you're right there. You can check it out on demand the following day. So it's all right there. You can check it out. It's all right there for you. So let me quickly tell you, it's Pal Joey with Rita Hayworth, Kim Novak, and Frank Sinatra. And that's tonight at 6 p.m. It's a mad, 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 mad world. And that's an all-star cast. That's Saturday, tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. And then Bells Are Ringing with Dean Martin and Judy Holliday and that's at 5:45 p.m. on Sunday. That's going to do it for me, ladies and gentlemen. I had a good time. I hope you have too. The end of our show. We'll be here Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern for Talk Back Live. Brian Kemp will be with me with the latest developments in today's world of sports. You and I will get together, we'll have a conversation if you so desire. Other than that, I will be back here next week for more of the coffee hour. Of course, the 2020 feature with Brian Kemp once again, 20 past the hour. And latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update, and 22 the hour DJ Pete with, of course, you just saw him already, will bring you great information on entertainment and reciting all those birthdays of people of notoriety. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, have a great day and a great weekend, and I'll see you all next week. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
You've been watching The Coffee Hour with Frank Allan. The producer has been Al Dale. Technical assistance, Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer, Donna Stenke. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on The Coffee Hour.